Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to talk about 5 books that I want to read before the end of this year. Anybody that knows me knows I absolutely love reading. I am such a bookworm, but as I've gotten older I don't really know what it is, but I don't read anywhere near as much as I used to, or even as much as I would love to. So following a conversation I had with Scott a couple of days ago, I have decided, rather than spend endless hours on my phone or on my laptop staring at the screen, scrolling endlessly through Twitter and Facebook, we all do it, I'm going to try and replace that time with a good book. We are in the middle of September, there's only a few months left of 2017, so I thought there's no time like the present. I'm going to give up, starting from today, Sunday, as this video goes live. Whenever I want to reach for my phone to scroll through Twitter or Facebook or Pinterest, I am going to pick up a book and read a couple of chapters or read for an hour, I don't know. I'm going to try and introduce reading back into my everyday life because I really do miss it. And I don't know, this might sound really strange to somebody that doesn't read many books or doesn't enjoy reading, but those of you bookworms out there that love reading will understand, I hope, and hopefully I don't sound like a complete idiot. So for today's video I have picked 5 random books off my bookshelf, which you only managed to see a little bit of. All completely different authors, but all books that I really want to read before the end of this year. So these are in no particular order. I've not picked them as the books I'm going to read first or whatever. I just picked these at complete random. So the first book I would really want to read before the end of this year is a book by Cecilia Ahern, and it's called 100 Names. Cecilia Ahern is one of my favourite authors, and I have all of her books up there on the top shelf, and I haven't read this one yet and the books that follow this one. So I thought, what better way to start than read a book by my favourite author. I don't know anything about this, I don't know any characters, but I love all of Cecilia Ahern's books already, so I don't doubt that I'll not like this one. So the second book I've picked at complete random is Full Moon by Jim Butcher. It's part of the Dresden Files. If you watched my I'm Back video, I think it was like 50 facts about me, I mentioned Stormfront by Jim Butcher being the first book in the Dresden Files. That's the only book I've read, so I really want to carry on reading about Harry Dresden adventures and journey. I don't know, it smells amazing. So yes, I still quite remember a lot about the first one. It stuck to me, it stuck with me to this day, and I think it was probably about 2 years ago since I read that book now, so hopefully I'll be okay to just jump straight back in. A little synopsis, can't say that word. What it says on the back of the book: meet Harry Dresden, Chicago's first and only wizard PI. Turns out the everyday world is full of strange and magical things, and most of them don't play well with humans. That's where Harry comes in. Business has been slow lately for Harry Dresden. Okay, business has been dead. Not undead, just dead. You would think Chicago would have a little more action for the only professional wizard in the phone book, but lately Harry hasn't been able to dredge up any kind of work, magical or mundane. But just when it looks like he can't afford his next meal, a murder comes along that requires his particular brand of supernatural expertise. A brutally mutated corpse, strange looking paw prints, a full moon. Take 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. I'm really excited. Hopefully I'm assuming it will carry on from Stormfront. So yes, looking forward to giving this a read. If you like wizards or mystery books, this series is definitely for you. So my third book that I've picked at random and have once already tried to read but kind of just kept putting down, but this time I definitely want to give it a read before the end of the year, is The Lake of Dreams by Kim Edwards. Again, I mentioned Memory Keeper's Daughter back in my 50 Facts video. I borrowed it from a friend and absolutely loved it, so I'm really looking forward to giving this a read. As I said, I did try to read this I think sometime last year or the beginning of this year, and just kind of couldn't get into it at first, but I really enjoyed The Memory Keeper's Daughter, so I've got high hopes for this one. I'm going to give it another try. Now, I do believe that this was written before The Memory Keeper's Daughter, but I'm guessing it doesn't matter that I've read that one first. This doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like that followed on from this book. It's quite completely different characters, but I really do like Kim Edwards' writing style. She's really gripping, but like I say, giving it another try. Just realised that I've picked 6 books and not 5. Fourth book I want to read before the end of the year is I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelt. Now, I've heard so many good things about this, and Lindsay does actually follow me on Twitter, fun fact. So I'm really excited to read this. This is the second book I think I've got. Also got The Single Girl's To-Do List by Lindsay Kelt as well. I got that from, I think, birthday or Christmas from one of my best friends a while ago, and I've still not read it, but I know that this is part of the series, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. Quite an old book now, I'm not quite sure how old, so I am definitely late to the party on this. But for those of you that don't know about the I Heart series, a little bit of a blurb for you. Fleeing her cheating boyfriend and clutching little more than a crumpled bridesmaid's dress, a pair of Louis Vuittons and her passport, Angela jumps on a plane. Destination New York City. Holed up in a cute hotel room, Angela gets a New York makeover from her NBF, Jenny, and a whirlwind tour of the city that never sleeps. Before she knows it, Angela is dating 2 sexy guys, and best of all, she gets to write about it on her new blog. Carrie Bradshaw, eat your heart out, says. But it's one thing telling readers about your romantic dilemmas, it's another figuring them out for yourself. Andrea's fallen head over heels for the Big Apple, but does she heart New York more than home? Exciting! The 5th book I really want to read before the end of this year, swapping it up a little bit from the old chick flicks that I have featured in this video, is The Voices by F.R.Tallis, I think you pronounce it. It just says, once you've heard them, you'll never forget them. And as you can see, it was buy one, get one half price at W.H. Smith. I can't remember what the other book was. It was probably a Cecilia or a Hearn book. Now, I've had this for, I want to say something like 3 or 4 years, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I have had this for quite a while, and I've never read anything by this author before. Completely new author. I love the feel of the front cover. It's so, I don't know, it's kind of soft, which is quite weird, suede-y feeling. But I read the blurb, which I'll read in a second, and was instantly gripped, so I do want to definitely give this a read. The steady hiss of the baby monitor was disturbed by a snuffling sound. It's all right, Christopher whispered. She's fine. But the snuffling didn't stop, and then there was movement. Rustles, creaks, knocks, and then whimpering. In the scorching summer of 1976, the hottest since records began, Christopher Newton, his wife Laura, and their young daughter Faye settled into their new home in North London. The faded glory of the Victorian house is the perfect place for Norton, a composer of film soundtracks, to build a recording studio of his own. But soon, during the long hot nights, Laura begins to hear something through the crackle of the baby monitor. First a knocking sound, then came the voices. So I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like a horror book. I've never read any kind of horror books before, so I'm really intrigued by this one. And maybe one that I'll read around Halloween. I like reading themed books like this around the holiday that they're kind of associated with. And finally, the sixth and final book I want to read before the end of this year is With Love at Christmas by Carol Matthews. Again, never read anything by Carol Matthews before. I have got a couple of her books though. I either picked them up when I was in Ireland or I've been given them for Christmas presents. You've probably guessed, I have a type of book that I like to read, and I guess everybody, my friends and family, know that as well. So definitely going to be reading this around Christmas, I think. It's not probably one to read this time of year, but I don't know. Maybe I'll put all the books titles into a pot and just pick one out at random and then read that first. So again, for anybody that's not read With Love at Christmas by Carol Matthews, a little bit of blurb for you. Juliet Joyce adores Christmas. So do I. She loves the presents, the tree, the turkey, the tinsel, just everything. Already the Christmas spirit is upon her, which is just as well as this Christmas things are starting to get a little out of hand. Her son Tom is out of work and bringing home a slew of unsuitable partners. Pregnant daughter Chloe and her little boy have moved back in. Juliet's father, Frank, is getting over a heartbreak of his own, and Rita, her eccentric mother, is behaving more erotically each day. And has the chaos got too much for Juliet's husband, Rick? With the big day fast approaching, Juliet hopes that she can stop everything spiralling out of control, because the only thing she wants is her family all around her and her home to be filled. Probably not what I expected, but it's Christmas and I absolutely love Christmas. I'm already bugging Scott to put the decorations up. I know it's only September and I've not even had a birthday yet, but this time of year, I don't know what it is, probably because it's started to get a lot colder now, I just want the house filled with fairy lights and I want cosy, and it's just so exciting. So guys, they are the 6 books I want to read before the end of this year. Am I going to achieve it? I don't know, but I really hope I do, and maybe next year I can have another stab at the Goodreads reading book challenge type thing. I tried to set one this year and completely failed. I've kind of told myself that I'm not allowed to buy any more books until this bookcase has been read, so I've got a long way to go. But that's all I've got time for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, have you read any of these books? Have you read anything by these authors before? Which one should I start with? Let me know. As always, I upload to this channel every Sunday at 10 AM, so please be sure to click the subscribe button. And over here somewhere will be my previous video, so please be sure to go and check that out. And I hope you have a lovely Sunday, whatever you are doing, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.